The players with the most to gain or lose for the rest of the 2022 NFL season. This comes from ESPN's Bill Barnwell, and he put this together. 33 NFL people with the most at stake this season going forward for the rest of the year. And there were several names that, of course, you would think of that based on their first halves of the year got a lot at stake, including a guy like Lamar Jackson, who's in the middle of a contract year, balling out so far for the Baltimore Ravens.
He got 50 million reasons a year to be good.
I love the fact when dudes ball out in their contract years. That's why it was so fun to watch Aaron Judge do what he did this past season, because he bet on himself, and all he does is go out and break the American League home run record, and my man's going to get paid.
I'm going to test you on this, because I like what you said, but I don't believe you 100%. I'm thinking you probably going for like 95% of the time. There was a famous quarterback who did the same damn thing, bet on himself, won the damn Super Bowl, was great throughout the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, Joe Flacco. Yeah.
Did you feel the same way?
Of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just tested.
I love when them dudes go out and ball out in their contract years. Now, what's ironic about the Flacco thing, that was clearly a lightning in the bottle year for him.
Exactly.
But he had the perfect time
to
go have the best run of his life in the playoffs, and he made all the money. You know what made me mad about that contract, though?
What's that?
Because that was the year, I believe, Romo got that massive deal.
Yeah, he got big money, too.
He got big money that year, and I was like, yep, Romo got about the same amount of money as a dude who won the Super Bowl. I don't know what the Cowboys out here doing, but hey, I guess all's well that ends well. But yes, for Lamar Jackson, he is playing himself into a massive deal going into next year. Tua Tagovailoa, who is now in the MVP discussion with the year that he's having. Hello, Tyreek Hill, the mid-season Offensive Player of the Year.
He gonna get some money
in the NFL. How about this for Tua? Adjusted net yards per attempt, adjusting for era, going from the merger until now. Quarterbacks in their third season with a minimum of 140 pass attempts. Tua Tagovailoa is having the best third season any quarterback has had since the merger. That's how good Tua has been when you look at his adjusted net yards per attempt. I mean, and it helps when you're throwing the ball to guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
It's so funny you say that, because early this morning when Sean and RJ were interviewing Jimmy Johnson, he was they're asking about Aaron Rodgers, and he said it just shows you if you don't have talent around your quarterback can't do anything. And he gave the example of Tua.
How about that?
He said down here in Miami before this season, it's like throw Tua away. He don't know what he's doing. Now you got him some weapons. Tua's balling out of control.
What do you know? Surround the quarterback with weapons. People get into arguments with me all the time. The quarterback should be able to elevate the talent of the players around, and these guys are the ones. Look, man, you're seeing how that's working out for Aaron Rodgers right now. He ain't got no damn body.
Back-to-back MVP
to throw the ball to, and it's looking horrible right now in Green Bay. Got to surround the talent. Got to surround the quarterback with the talent to make the team go. One of the players that Bill Barnwell has as a player with the most at stake for the second half of the year would be none other than running back for the Dallas Cowboys, Tony Pollard.
Hey, he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Here's the write-up from Barnwell. It's clear the Cowboys don't believe Pollard is capable of being the featured back in their offense. Team owner Jerry Jones repeatedly has tied Dallas' success to the way Ezekiel Elliott performs. Very true. Cowboys running backs coach Skip Peete suggested Pollard isn't as fast after his 30th snap in games, despite the fact that he has been extremely productive in those moments when given the opportunity. So Bill Barnwell put together a career accounting of every Tony Pollard touch after his 30th snap of the game. 1-yard run, 5-yard run, 12-yard catch, 6-yard run, 40-yard touchdown run, 10-yard completion, 25-yard run. The last two were 2 weeks ago. So Bill Barnwell chronicling the idea that maybe TP can handle it after the 30th snap.
Well, don't go by what I'm saying. Now, RJ Choppy had to ask Jimmy Johnson about Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard and how would he use them. And Jimmy Johnson basically said, Zeke is the reason Tony Pollard, Zeke softening up that defense, pounding that defense is the reason why Tony Pollard explodes, and he would not have Tony Pollard carry that ball that much argument from day one. But nobody want to hear that because they love the explosions. They love those yards after the yards after the whatever.
Yards after contact?
Contact.
Uh-huh.
And he's got that. But there's a reason. They're geared up. In fact, Coach Skip Pete, the running backs coach, in an interview with Patrick Walker from DallasCowboys.com, he said defenses deal with muscle memory. All these players do. And when Zeke is beating them down, they may see Tony Pollard, but their body is preparing for Ezekiel Elliott, and then that's when Tony does da-da-da. And they can't adjust.
But it's very interesting, and I thought Brian brought up a very interesting point surrounding this conversation. The fact that comment was potentially made, and the fact that Pollard's in a contract year, like, hey, man, like, hey, coach, relax now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to out here earn me some money going into next year. So don't be putting that out there like I can't tote the rock and handle things after, 30 snaps or whatnot. I could definitely handle more. I think Pollard be like, look, man, let it be known that I can handle things beyond 30 snaps. So from the 214, TP gone after this year. Hey, man.
I don't trust Cap Boy.
It only take one team.
To
look at his situation and pay him. And he's got a lot left in the tank. And what the Cowboys decide to do with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard is going to be front and center this offseason because Ezekiel Elliott has no more guaranteed money on his contract. They can get out from under him after this year. Tony Pollard going to be an unrestricted free agent. He's going to test the open market because he's going to finally get the chance to see what other people feel about him, not just what the Cowboys think of him, but what other teams, Los Angeles, who could use a running back, and other teams who could use the services of Tony Pollard, what he would look like in part of their explosive offenses. So Tony Pollard going to be, regardless whether he's with the Cowboys or somewhere else, he's going to get paid this coming offseason. Other individuals with the most at stake, other Cowboys include Dalton Schultz, your best friend, Dalton Schultz.
That one season.
The way that these two rookies have played so far, Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot,
he gone.
They've made it much more likely that he will not be here. And
I said it when the time they drafted him. No, I said it when they gave him the franchise tag. I said, that's it, he's gone. Because they don't pay people that kind of money that are not named Zeke or Dak or Tank or somebody effective like that. I said that from the time I said that's his reward money. Now you go out there and you get big tight end money because he's not a big time tight end. He's going to get paid like that on the open market, but he's not named those big tight ends. He's not the one in Kansas City. He's not the one in San Francisco. He's not a great tight end. He's just a solid one.
He's reliable.
But they're overpaying for reliability, and Steven don't overpay. That's why he drafted 2 tight ends.
And finally, on this particular,
and he going, like I said, Dalton gonna get his money, but it ain't gonna be here.
Finally, on this,
it's like we knew Byron Jones was gonna get his money, but it wasn't gonna be here.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy makes this list with the most at stake for the rest of this year. Happy birthday to Big Mike, who turned 59 years old today.
I'm gonna say this about Mike McCarthy. I don't think this is gonna happen, but last year the Cowboys were 6-2, and everybody was thrilled the way they were looking. And they finished the year 12-5, which means they lost 3 of their last, 11 games? No. Last 3 of their I'm tired. It's late at night.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. And they didn't believe that they were a real 12-5 team, and then they got smacked in the mouth by the 49ers, and everybody wanted Mike McCarthy fired, including Jerry Jones. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think this team's got the character and chemistry where it would happen like that, because this year's special for them. But it's still 6-2, like a year ago, 6-2, and all hell broke loose in January. Just saying, it's not a given that he survives. I think he should at this point, but we only halfway there.